Leggari Nation, we've got another awesome floor to show you today. We have so many kit options to choose from on our website, and if you don't find one that's perfect for your space, you can customize our floor kits with the colors of your choice. Watch how easy it is to install an epoxy floor.
So we're gonna go over mixing your 3-gallon kit to kind of speed this up. I've already poured out my part A in the 5-gallon bucket, and then I have my part B poured out in the 5-quart. So you guys will get your 3-gallon kits. They'll come like this: 2 gallons of part A, 1 gallon of part B. You simply pour your part A into your 5-gallon bucket, let it drain out, get everything out until it slowly starts to drip, and then you can add your part B out of the container. But like I said, I already have everything set up here, so we don't have to waste time on that. And since we're doing a 50-50 mix, this makes it real simple. I'm gonna mix up the 3-gallon kit, and then I'm gonna separate it into 2 after using my secondary mixing bucket, and then I'll add the 2 colors, and then we'll go dump them out on the floor. So this is basically just to show you how to do one of the 3-gallon kits. If you guys are doing multiple kits at a time, you would just repeat this process. Just depends on what project you guys are doing. This resin is gonna get completely hard. We're not gonna have any soft spots on our floor, and this is the fastest, most efficient way to mix up your resin for any project. So now, since we're doing a 50-50 mix, I'm just gonna separate this into another 5-gallon bucket. Try to get it about halfway. And I can just kind of line them up and eyeball them. That looks pretty good. We always like to keep a clean mixing area, so I'm going to wipe this off so it's not dripping. Clean these strips with some denatured alcohol. Now we're ready to add the colors. It's good to wear a mask when you guys are mixing lots of metallics. And I'll show you how to minimize shooting a bunch of metallics up in the air while you're mixing. And turn this on low speed. And we want to go lightest color to darkest color, that way I don't have to clean my paddle. So once you have them all in the resin, you can spin fast. It's not gonna shoot any powder up. And we want to spin the paddle off before we go to the next color. So this kit can be dumped on the floor. And so when you're spinning in the metallics, just go right in the center, low speed, and just let all those get sucked into the resin. All right, now these are ready to go be dumped on the floor. Once you have it mixed, you want to get it out of the bucket as fast as you can. All right, guys, I'm going to show you a cool Leggari tip to clean your paddle mixers, to keep them brand new every time, because last thing you want is to get a bunch of resin on there. It gets hard, you reuse it, and then chunks of hard resin are falling off in your mix. So we like to do this. We have a bucket labeled denatured alcohol. We pour denatured alcohol in here. It's good to have a lid because it'll start to evaporate. And we can mix our paddle wheel in here, get it clean, wipe it off, and then it'll be brand new every time we go to use it. Then I'll get a little denatured on the rag, clean off the shaft, and then we just have some pigments that are kind of stuck there. We'll rub off. Now when we go to use this another time, we're not going to have chunks of resin falling off into our project. All right, guys, so I got my spike shoes on. You can get your Leggari spike shoes from our single items on the website. They work awesome, very comfortable to wear. And that's kind of how we walk out on the resin without getting it on our feet and out without leaving footprints everywhere. So we want to dump these out right away after they're mixed. And for this technique, we just dump them out randomly all over the floor, squeegee them together, spray a little isopropyl alcohol on it, and that's pretty much it. So it's really, really fast. I just want to make sure I have enough color for this whole section. So if you guys are doing multiple sections, you're going to just kind of repeat this process. So I want to make sure I have enough color on this side, color on that side. I get color on all my edges, and it's pretty much that simple. So we'll start dumping out, and I always like to start with smaller, kind of smaller beads or veins, whatever you want to call it, and then I can go back and add to them. I just want to make sure I get this color all throughout the floor. And when I get down kind of to the bottom of the bucket, I want to go around and just get color right to my edges. Because what will happen is if you just always pour out in the middle areas, you're not going to have any color on those edges, and it doesn't look good when you're done. So we want to make sure we get color right to our edge. We want this to look like it goes underneath the wall. And then we'll just do the same thing with this other color. Just kind of pour in between each one of these. All right, now we're gonna take a squeegee. I like to go around the perimeter, get all my edges done, and then I just kind of fill in the middle. Makes it a lot easier, a little bit faster. So I'll just start getting product up to the edge. All right, so edges are done. Now the trick with this is I want to just work halfway one way and then come the other way, because I don't want to start pulling all this material to one edge. You'll probably have a lot of material on that side. So I want to kind of work here a little, work the opposite way. And all we're doing is just trying to fill in the floor now. And if I see thin spots where I can see the primer, I'll move resin to those areas as I'm coating. So now I have a little bit here, which is typical. I know I have a low spot here where I can see the primer. I'm just gonna bring some of that over here. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is a self-leveling product. We just wanna make sure we can't see primer, like spots like that. I know that's thin. All right, now that I got everything kind of coated, I'm just going to blend like this right here. We don't want to leave that. We don't want to leave this. It just looks like we poured a pile out. So I'm just going to start blending that in a little bit more. So just hard edges. I'm just looking for hard edges to break up. All right, so we're gonna take isopropyl alcohol, small to medium drips, and I'm just gonna barely pull the trigger and just hit the floor, the whole floor real quick. All right guys, so last thing we do is we let the isopropyl evaporate, and then we just mist the floor with the denatured alcohol. So we'll let this sit for about 10 minutes, and then we'll mist the floor with the denatured alcohol. And that's about it, guys. And if you guys see any spots after spritzing it that you want to touch up, like I'll probably blend this little hard edge little circle there in a little more. You can go back and hit those too. You can always kind of fine tune it, but after the denatured alcohol misting, make sure you guys get any imperfections out because you want to move on to your next section by then. All right, so misting with denatured, we just want to spray a nice fine mist over the whole floor.